When it comes to Europe, the sights that come to everyone's mind are always the same. Paris, the city of romance, the historic streets of Rome, the splendor of London. However, there is one country that remains in the shadow of all this and never gets the recognition it deserves. Yes, I'm talking about Poland. This unique destination in the heart of Europe is ready to enchant you in every sense with its breathtaking natural beauty, historic streets, and unexpected modern energy. So why is it the most underrated country in Europe? Let's find the answers to this question together. First of all, it is useful to get to know this country in detail. Poland is the 9th largest country in Europe, stretching from the Tatra Mountains in the south to the Baltic Sea in the north, with a surface area of over 300,000 square kilometers. I don't know if you have noticed, but Poland is one of the largest countries in Europe in terms of area. But don't let that fool you in terms of population. This vast country is home to only 38 million inhabitants. This number is quite low compared to countries like the Netherlands. For example, the Netherlands, with a surface area of 41,500 square kilometers, is home to 17 million people. This means that Poland has vibrant cities as well as vast countryside, natural beauty, and forests. The best example of this is that 30% of the country is covered by forests. Most of the country's population is concentrated in major cities. Krakow, Wrocław, and the capital Warsaw are the urban centers of the country. On the other hand, Warsaw, with its population of 2 million, stands out as both the economic and political center of the country. In short, if you don't like crowds but want to live or vacation in a vibrant European country, Poland is a paradise for you. I say this not only because of its unique nature and architecture, but also because it has a modern economy and cultural life. By the way, I have described Poland as paradise, but you should know that it was not always like that. If you look at history, you will see that Poland's story of resilience and transformation is not common. Because the history of this country has been shaped by conquests and rebirths. The best example of this is World War II, which started in 1939. The devastating impact of Hitler's Germany and Stalin's Russia devastated the country. But despite this, Poland was able to rise again with a unique act of solidarity. Today, it is a proud and independent country, consolidating its medieval heritage with modern progress. Poland's resilience is not only successful in wars, but also in the economy. In fact, during the 2008 global financial crisis, when most countries were experiencing economic difficulties, Poland was the only European Union member not to fall into recession. It has also managed to grow its stable economy. Today, with a GDP of more than $800 billion, Poland is among the 25 largest economies in the world. To be honest, this is an amazing achievement for a country that 30 years ago was struggling to come out of communism. Now that we have finished with the basics, let's get to the beauties of this exquisite country. And for that, let's start with its beautiful people. Because the Polish people are a wonderful breed, characterized by their genetic makeup and physical beauty. This means that it is home to some of the most beautiful people in Central Europe. Polish women, for example, can mesmerize you at first glance with their unique elegance, irresistible charm, and natural beauty. Their fair skin, striking blue and green eyes, and of course their sharp features will immediately impress you. They also carry a balance of modern and traditional values. So far, I have only talked about the physical characteristics of Polish women, but what about their character? Believe me, you will be impressed about this too. Because Poland's unique women also stand out with their warmth, intelligence, and strong character. The country's cultural achievements and long history have shaped both the resilience and self-confidence of these beautiful women. Of course, this is also a fact. If the people of a country have a strong character, its economy is also very strong, and one of the best examples is Poland. Because this country has a very successful, well-balanced economy, For example, while many countries are resource-dependent, Poland has built its wealth through industrial production, technology, agriculture, and a growing service sector. They export electronics, cars, or household appliances both to Europe and to different parts of the world. On the other hand, they also have the world's largest agricultural exports. They send apples, dairy, and meat products to markets as far away as China and the USA. The country's fast-growing economy has also managed to keep income inequality at relatively low levels. Although there is a gap between the rich and the poor, it is not very deep compared to Western Europe. The cost of living and purchasing power in Poland is better than in Germany, France, and the UK, making it an attractive destination for immigrants, digital nomads, and international students. Poland has also been a pioneer in terms of labor rights. For example, it was one of the first countries to officially recognize the 8-hour working day. Today, it continues to offer fair wages and working conditions to its citizens with labor rights and strong union regulations. But not all is well in the country. Poland faces some challenges too. The aging population, the desire of young people to emigrate abroad, and of course, political tensions with the European Union are some of the best examples. In the long term, this is one of the main threats to sustainability. If you visit Poland for the first time, the first thing you will notice is the country's strong cultural pride. The Polish people have preserved their music, folklore, and traditions better than many other countries in Europe. For example, the student festival Juvenalia and the harvest festival Dożynki are the most beautiful events celebrating the country's heritage and bringing people of all ages together with a common love for their roots. It also has a vibrant scene in art, music, and fashion, combining both international influences and local creativity. Although Poland is one of the most religious countries in Europe, there is a growing secularization, especially among the youth. Traditions such as Wigilia, the Christmas Eve meal, Easter, and All Saints' Day are still very important, but there is also a growing number of people demanding more progressive policies and defending individual freedoms. But these demands are not so easily realized. For example, same-sex marriage is still not fully legal in the country. But many open-minded people still demonstrate in the so-called Pride Parade to defend their freedoms. I can clearly say that Polish people are extremely kind and hospitable to visitors and foreigners. You can see this from the first moments of your visit. Although its history has been shaped by invasions and conflicts, the benevolent and friendly demeanor of the people has not been lost. On the contrary, the sense of community and solidarity is even stronger. For example, a Polish person might invite you to dinner even though they don't know you at all, or gladly escort you to your destination if you get lost. There is only one problem: language. Although English is widely spoken in big cities like Warsaw, Krakow, and Gdansk, Polish is generally preferred in rural areas and among the elderly. However, do not be intimidated by this situation. In such a situation, you can ask for help from different people without hesitation. Meanwhile, Poland's cafe culture, street art, and nightlife are extremely colorful and vibrant. For example, the Kazimierz district of Krakow, once the center of Jewish life, has transformed into a vibrant place full of alternative art spaces, bookstores, and bars, blending both history and modernity, revealing the dynamism of the country. In short, Poland makes you feel every moment that you are in an amazing country.
When you enter the country, you will immediately realize how easy it is to travel because Poland has invested heavily in transportation infrastructure and made travel easier. The country, which has the largest railways in Europe, manages to cover the distances between big cities in just a few hours thanks to its high-speed trains. This is a positive development in terms of both comfortable access and time savings. On the other hand, the country has 17 international airports which offer direct flights to many cities in Europe and the world. Chopin Airport in the capital Warsaw shines as the main aviation hub, while the airports in Krakow, Gdańsk, and Wrocław stand out as the entry point for travelers from Asia, America, and the Middle East. In addition to all these, Poland offers both safe and economical comfort in terms of public transportation system. In most of the major cities, metro, bus, and tram lines are so well developed that private cars are not needed. For example, in the capital city of Warsaw, a monthly public transportation ticket costs $30, and for that price, you can get unlimited travel to almost anywhere in the city. If you want to live in Poland, you are also very lucky in terms of affordable living standards. Compared to countries like France, Germany, or the United Kingdom, this country has the highest purchasing power. Transportation, groceries, and rent are budget-friendly, which is a huge advantage for retirees, professionals, and students. In short, whether you want to spend the rest of your life in Poland, just travel, or come as a student, you will not have any financial difficulties. In conclusion, I can honestly say that Poland is a delightful country that is both true to its history and rapidly modernizing. You will be amazed by its cultural diversity, strategic location, economic convenience, and hospitable people. Even if you don't spend the rest of your life in Poland, I highly recommend traveling there at least once. See you in the next video. Goodbye.